Good morning, guys. Welcome to Fishful Thinker. I'm Chad LaChance. We appreciate you joining us. You caught us out in my favorite little boat right here. We've got the little 11.5-foot Coleman crawdad. We're also on one of my favorite places to fish. We're on the North Park Lakes here in the Delaney Buttes complex. We're looking for big browns. We're looking for big rainbows, maybe some big cut bows, spinning tackle, fly tackle. If the weather will give us a chance here today, it's October. This is gonna be fun. It's cold, but stay tuned, get comfortable. It ought to be a good show.
Fishful Thinker Television is brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter. Peterson Toyota and Toyota Trucks, moving forward. St. Croix Rod, best rods on earth. Berkeley, catch more fish. Abu Garcia, for life. Fishful Thinker Television is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Evinrude, spend more time on the water. Lawrence, find, navigate, dominate.
If I can get a hold of him. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. Now, it took me a minute. I apologize, but my hands are cold and I couldn't get a hold of my reel. And, but I did now. And we finally got a good sized brown here, guys. So we've been fishing for probably 20 minutes. And look at this one chasing him too. Look at his buddy chasing him. Holy smokes, that's a good sized brown right there. And that's what we're here to catch. And you can see he's got that 5-inch jerk shad buried in his face. Beautiful fish. And we're gonna net him because it's cold this morning. And so we're gonna get this net out here. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Oh, let me get this out real quick. That is a nice brown, buddy. Easy, 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 easy. We're gonna be real gentle with you. Okay, we don't need that. Okay, and we're just gonna let him chill out here in the net. Now, I love this Fraval Conservation Series nets, all the Conservation Series with a flat bottom, so it's not binding the fish up. He can swim around in there. And that is a beautiful brown. And guys, we've come here every year in October for a long time, and we've done that because you always have an opportunity to catch some quality fish, but a lot of time it takes a big bait. Look at the size of that bait. It's a 5-inch gulp jerk shad and a 1/4-ounce jig head. As far as I'm concerned, that's the biggest gulp minnow. And you can use scented stuff here as long as it's over 1.5 inches long. So that is a horse of a rainbow right there, guys, right off, or excuse me, horse of a brown right there. What a fish. We'll give you a quick look out of the net here. And we're gonna get her put back. Holy smokes, what a fish. Here, gracefully, don't wanna get my hands wet. How about that thing? Woo, buddy. That's what we're looking for, so we're gonna go ahead and put her back. And you saw I just released that fish. The gulp jerk shad, the way I'm fishing on a jig head is I'm really working it similarly to you would a jerk bait, where I'm popping it, but because it's on that heavy jig head, it dives right back for the bottom really quick. So it's really not fundamentally different than working a gulp minnow like I do commonly, only I'm working it more horizontally here just because I'm looking to cover more water and I'm looking for big browns and cut bows. But the slack line, popping the bait, and really making it hop around and be erratic, as we do in a lot of episodes of Fishful Thinker, as you know, is the key. Now, on our trips up here in the past, you guys may have seen some of them, I hope so. We've done very, very, very well in here with a big floating rappler, a big floating jerkbait of some sort. The reason being is they like the huge baits, but most huge baits sink down and get you in the weeds really fast. And this bait, because as fast as I'm working it, I can keep it above the weeds. It would be a lack of imagination for me to grab another floating rappler and try to show you guys another show of doing the same thing. All right, there we go. Now, fishing been a little tough today. Oh, he pulled off. Oh, he's back, he got it on the drop. Are you kidding me? He pulled off and he got it on the drop. That is awesome. That is awesome. That right there, guys, is good, clean living. And we're gonna drop this overboard so we don't float up on the bank. That is good, clean living right there, guys. I am not gonna lie to you. I got really lucky with this fish, and that's a beautiful brown. Oh, man. Okay, I'm just hold him there and let him, he's fine in the net there for a second. The boat will catch on the anchor. Had a fish on, fought him 15 feet, came off. I go to reel it in, and I got all heartbroken, just bent down. Was like, dropped the bait. Dunk, it starts pulling again. Unbelievable. I don't know where you come from, but that's a nice brown where I come from. There you go, buddy. Watch that, you can see him cruising right down the bottom. How about them apples, folks? That was a lucky, lucky catch. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd love to tell you that was my great skill, but got away with one there. And we might get ambitious, guys. We'll see how it goes here. We might swing, there's several lakes in this lake complex, and we might swing down at one of the other lakes that's more known for its rainbows and cut bows and see what's going on there as well, just as a matter of keeping things interesting and seeing what's out there. You know, I've not fished those lakes at all, so I always like to go someplace I've never been before and see what we can catch, so we might do that too. There we go. Got that one. All right, now he's a ways out there. I think it's a rainbow, the way he's acting. He's jumping, so, all right. Or we might just stay on this lake right here and see what we come up with. So I don't know what we got. I'm gonna get down to my knees here so we can gracefully land on one thing in the little boat. And I will say, it's a little brownie, beautiful fish. Look how clear the water is. It's also the first time we've ever seen clear water. Oh, and he's off, that's okay. We'll take that. And there's it is, guys, and we keep showing you this, but I mean, it's a 5-inch gulp jerk shad. That's the big gulp minnow. As far as I'm concerned, it's the biggest gulp minnow I've got on a 1/4 ounce jig head, 10-pound fluorocarbon, and a knot right here tied to the 10-pound nanofill. And so, such a good system, and people laugh at me and they poke fun. Oh, he throws gulp minnows all the time. That dog will hunt. That's all there is to it. It's good fun. Coming up. Ugh. All right, here we go. And I'm just gonna keep throwing it. Oh man, that's good fun. And that one was a little bit shallower. I'm holding the boat right about the mid-depth range, so it's real shallow on that side, it's much deeper on that side, it's real shallow behind the boat on the flat bank there. And we are on anchor, so I don't have to control the boat, so I just keep dropping the anchor.
Fishful Thinker Television is brought to you by Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Peterson Toyota and Toyota Trucks, moving forward. Lowrance, find, navigate, dominate.
And the last time we were here, we wore our waders and we didn't bring the boat. We planned on staying on the bank. We really planned on doing a bunch of fly fishing. Well, no chance. Wind was howling for us to the point where it was almost impossible to even make a cast. Got the spinning rods out and went back and forth between the floating jerkbait for the first part of the day, and they crushed that. And the cool thing about that day was that they bite it right when the jerkbait floated back to the surface and broke the surface film. That's really when they wanted to bite it. And such a neat way to see fish rise and blow up a big giant plug floating on the surface. So that was a really fun day. Had a good time that day. And then later in the day, we wanted to catch some cut bows and rainbows, and they weren't doing as well on the big jerk bait. So we got a tube jig out and started dragging that thing on the sand bottom or snap jigging it along the edge of the weed lines, and caught a bunch of cut bows. Caught some really nice cut bows, and also caught a couple of browns doing that. So it's really diverse, ways that we've been able to come up here from the bank or the boat or wading or whatever. The only thing we haven't done is connect with the fly rods yet, and the wind really hasn't given us a chance. This is the first time I've ever fished here without the full Freyville storm suit on. So it's generally very cold here and very windy. And like I said, we're a week before Halloween right now. And this is the nicest weather by far we've seen. It's also the slowest fishing we've seen, and that is probably no coincidence. Look at this fish chase it. Look at him chase it. Oh my golly. Oh, that's worth freezing your tail off for right there, just to watch these big old trout. I mean, when they're feeding like this, a brown trout is a serious predator. You look at the teeth on these fish, they boom, right on the paws. Right on the paws. If you watch this show very much, you guys know I fish for browns a lot. I love fishing for browns. Browns love big baits. I love jerk baits. This fish just rolled himself all up in it. You can see it's all around his pectorals and everything else. Come here, fish, roll out of that. There you go. I want to show you a couple things about this fish, if I can get a hold of him. First of all, look at the teeth. Look at the teeth in that thing. That is a predator. You don't get teeth like that for eating mayflies. Does it mean he eats mayflies? Sure, of course he does, but he also eats fish, and that right there, people, is a beautiful, big, old brown trout. Oh, baby! The only reason really that I'm waiting is to get to the outside weed line. That's where I think they'll cruise. The fish that, when they spawn, they're actually between us and the bank. They're real shallow, but I don't want to mess with any fish that may still be spawning. That's not what we're here to do. I haven't seen any, and I believe we're mostly all post-spawn, but oh, look, boom! Oh! I have a feeling this one's gonna get bit here, right here, real quick. He's on it, he's on it. They are biting it right when it breaks the surface film on its way up. There he is, got him. There, that one bit it on the drop, right there. There he is. Oh, buddy, are you kidding me? Really? Just for the record, guys, I'll go ahead and get up early and come out here and do this. I don't care if the water's 35 degrees or not, to have that fish follow that bait that far and then come up and just choke it right here. I do believe that a 5-inch unweighted jerk shad twitched along just under the surface right now would get you bites. But so will a floating rapala. So we'll just keep it on that. It's another big one too. Look how much water that fish is moving. I'm just gonna hold him right there. Look how much water that fish is moving. Oh, buddy, here we go. Let's see, I'll just let him burn out a little bit here. He's got a good bend in that rod. I'll just stay tight on him. We've lost quite a few fish already today, so I'm just gonna stay tight on this one. And I saw that he's hooked in the mouth. He's definitely not foul hooked. So it's probably a good sized fish. There he goes. This one's worth getting your hands wet for. Holy smokes, look at that thing. That is a beautiful, look at that thing, right? Look at the bait he hit. Oh, look at the big jaw on it.
Fishful Thinker Television is brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, America's premier outfitter. St. Croix Rod, best rods on earth. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors.
All right, now this one's a little deeper. I don't know what we got this time. Might be a rainbow just because of where I caught him. I caught him a lot deeper out here. Oh, look at the one with him. Holy smokes, there's another one with him. Oh man, there's another one with him. So almost every fish we've caught, and I think that's how we had one that came off. I think that's how we got him. Okay, stay on there. Yeah! Remind me not to cut the barbs off next time. No, that's not true. The barbless hooks are part of the game when you're fishing for trout, and I'm fine with it. If we can get them up to there like that, that's all good. I could have netted them pretty easy. And truthfully, in made for TV fishing, I don't mind letting you look at them right here for a minute before we net them. But you know, we mix it up. Fish tighter to the bank, fish a little bit deeper, but it seems like the whole thing, every time I put a smaller bait on, I don't get any bites. And I fish for 20 minutes, nothing happens. I grab the big rod with the bigger bait, or the bigger bait, I should say. Just like that, we're back into fish again. And you can see these weeds right here, guys. And we're catching a lot of them. Nice green, some kind, I don't know what they are. I probably should know. As an angler, I should know. But all I know is there's a lot of them in here. You probably see all the coots in the background. Those coots are plundering that same grass. There's a lot of crustaceans that live in that grass. There's a lot of crayfish and shrimp that live in that grass, scuds. There's a tremendous volume of insects that live in there as well. Now a little bit more about my tackle, guys, here is because part of it, if you're gonna come up and you're gonna snap jig like this a lot, the key thing, one of the best inventions ever when it comes to snap jigging, in my opinion, has been nanofill line. And the reason is this: it has very little torsional rigidity. It doesn't care if that jig rolls 1,000 times while you're fishing with it. You don't have a problem with it. As far as twisting, it does not mind twist. So as long as you control the slack line all the time, nanofill is a great tool for this. I'm not going to tell you it's the most abrasion resistant line in the world, but I can throw straight into the wind, no problem. I can snap jig, no problem. It casts like a champ and it handles great. So it's a really good line choice out here. There's nothing for these fish to abrade. As you guys can see, there's lots of guys that fish here, and I'm surprised there's only a couple of boats today, but normally there's a whole bunch of guys that fish here, and it gets pounded, but not that many guys really focus on really big stuff. You know, even the fly guys, so many of them are throwing egg patterns and little tiny nymphs, and I get it, they catch a ton of fish. I've got buddies that come up here, one by the name of Caleb Van Wagner, you guys might remember from early in Fishful Thinker seasons, I think maybe season 4 or something. He's been on the show a couple times. And Caleb comes up here and fishes big streamer flies and catches some of the biggest trout you've ever seen. So they're definitely doable in here, but most of the guys that we see are really focused on more traditional stuff. But I, on the other hand, will stick to less traditional stuff. All right, look at that fish. Holy smokes. Oh, buddy, look at the colors. I don't even care if that thing comes off at this point. What a gorgeous fish. Come here. Oh, I might have caught that a little too soon. Look at that. And here's the beauty of this new net. Watch this. See, the hook can't get caught in the net. How nice is that? That's Bill's new net. How about that, guys? I don't know if you saw that, but that's a really pretty brown trout. I am not lying, guys. This is some of my absolute favorite kind of fishing, is to come up here to these flat lakes, and Wyoming, could be Utah, could be Colorado. There's lots of them out here, and they're just such rich ecosystems and diverse fisheries for the bugs and the crustaceans, like we keep saying. And the whole deal with this retrieve, I've been mixing it up. There's two basic retrieves I'm doing. I'm either doing it sideways like this, and the bait jumps forward and does more of this, or I'm working it on a hop like this, and the bait's popping off the bottom and doing this. So I've really gone back and forth between the two, and both have been bit. I think, to me, it comes down to how deep the water is. If I'm in a little bit deeper water, then I'm working the bait more of a hop, and what that really does is cover more of the water column. If I'm in the shallower water, I'm working it a little more horizontally, because I figure anybody in that water column is going to see the bait. So if I'm throwing into 2, 3, 4 feet of water, there's no point in hopping it, because the fish on the bottom or the top will see it. But out here in 7 or 8 or 10 feet of water, now I need to cover more water column, because a fish that's 5 feet down might not see the bait. So I tend to hop it a little bit more vertically. And as always, if I can, I like to throw the bait upwind. And that goes a little bit back to having the right balance tackle and the nanofill. You know, the extra fast action Avid rods and the nanofill sure make that a lot easier. We're going through a spot that we fished in the past right here closer to the bank we fished it. I've never been out this deep on it, but we're gonna fish over the top of this ridge right here and see if we can pick another one up. Now the problem is it's been absolutely pounded all morning. We hadn't even been able to get near it because there's just been people all over it. And the one thing we don't do is get up in people's grill when we're out trying to film, or just fun fish for that matter. But it's a good spot, and we'll see if it'll produce for us here real quick. Come on, baby. I know they love this spot. I think we're too early for it this time of this year, though. I think this last year we'd have been better off. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. And since the boat's drifting this fast, I don't really have to. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm the first guy to say that fishing memories is a bad idea, but if it's a good enough memory. Okay, he's coming around over here. Easy, easy, easy. Come on around. We don't need no fuss out of you. Uh-oh. That looks like a big bobo. Oh, get the multi-species going on this thing here. And we'll get him unhooked quick if he's not already, and he's actually not. He's got a perfect hook right in the corner of the mouth. Oops. Come here, fish. And I try not to get him out of the water. I like to be as easy on these guys as we possibly can be. Okay. There you go, guys. Rainbow trout. Everyone needs a rainbow trout to end their day. Beautiful rainbow in here. Look at the teeth on them. Very, very, very healthy. Look at those teeth. I don't know if you can get a good zoom on that, but beautiful fish. Beautiful rainbow. That's a whole different beast than a stock or 10-inch rainbow you see down in town. But guys, we've had an absolute blast. Whether you come up and you wade, you come out in the little boat, you stay on the bank when it's really windy, or you come out in the great big boat, however you want to attack them. Brown trout fishing in the fall in these puddle type lakes in North Park, South Park, East Plains of Wyoming. Such a great opportunity. So we appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it and learned something. Get out, brave the elements, get some good clothes and brave the elements yourself. But most importantly, if you want to find out what we're up to, check us out on Facebook, and we hope you'll tune in, and we'll see you next week. There he is. Oh, buddy. Oh, he jumped off. You can go on catching fish and big quality, beautiful browns like that one. Oh, come on. For getting out, it's hand launchable, no problem. That didn't go well. Oh. Oh, God dang it. All right, cut for a quick second. Cut.